Welcome to another episode of Rainbow Popcorn. We are 2 out of 3 brothers watching movies through a rainbow lens. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good. We're watching Fire Island this week.
We are.
Or we have watched, actually.
We have watched and we're going to talk about it.
We are going to talk about it.
We are continuing our classic literature.
But you found
I
a
found a drink.
a liberty without
Yeah.
you.
It's a bean. I didn't read this when I bought it,
Beanley, yep.
but I just went hard orange. That's the theme.
Yes.
So I didn't realize it's from a Queensland rum distillery that maybe looks like it's trying to look like another one that's famously in Queensland.
And makes rum?
I don't know, but it's gluten-free.
Oh, it is gluten-free.
There you go. So
Cheers
it's a Beanley hard orange crush.
Oh, they're trying to cover all bases in their little slogan. Cheers to good times. Cheers to the weekends. Cheers to your mates. Cheers to a hard day's work. Cheers to the history of Beanley. Since 1884, we're still here thanks to your cheers.
Thanks to you. Cheers. I have never heard of them before.
No, me neither. Do you think it's rum or do you think it's white spirit?
I think
it says
is
white rum.
White rum.
Ingredients.
So let's have a crack.
Okay.
No pun intended. And see what it's
Cheers.
like. Cheers.
Oh, it's sweet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's rummy.
There's an after taste of rumness. Mm-hmm. I don't mind it.
It's not awful.
White
But
rum.
if I was going to pick an orange drink, maybe there's another one I'd be choosing.
White rum is Bacardi, not Malibu, right?
Yeah, because Malibu is coconut rum.
Coconut rum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a Bacardi and Sunkissed.
It's a Bacardi
Not a vodka and Sunkissed.
No, it's a Bacardi and like Kirk's orange drink or something. It's not Sunkissed.
I don't mind it. It is much sweeter.
Yep. You know what's not sweet? This movie.
It is.
It's all right. It has its moments.
It is. I think it is sweet. It is a rom-com. As Disney Plus described it on their zero effort précis. This rom-com is a multicultural examination of queerness and romance.
Oh. I mean, that sounds like something AI made up.
After this one finished, it suggested I watch something else that said high school friends name decide to change their situation based on factors that occur.
That sounds amazing. Why didn't you
I'm
watch it?
Definitely going to watch that movie.
Oh, name. So yes, we are doing it because it was based on Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
Can I say something about that straight up? Sure. Everything we looked at in our research said loosely based on.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice is, let's be honest, the Austen that I know.
Yep.
And it's it.
I mean, that's what I thought from viewing it as well, was like, it was quite, well, it did go off course a bit, but the basic plot is very close to it.
Well, if we compare it to last week, like they say Clueless is based on Emma,
Yeah.
right? And it goes off course as much as this one. But I just wonder if it's loosely based on because it's gays, not straights.
Or because they flipped genders. Like, yeah, it's gays, not straights.
Yeah, because it's gays, not straights. Whereas if this was 5 girls taking a trip together
Yep.
and then trying to find a man, they'd be like, oh, that's based on Pride and Prejudice. Of course that's based on Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. They're women.
And despite Joel Kim Booster, who I love now, I liked him in Loot, but after this I'm like, I really like Joel Kim Booster. And we know we like Bo and Yang. Joel Kim Booster said this is based on Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
But all of the blogs and the Wikipedias and the ChatGPTs say loosely based on.
Well, I think when you open with a Jane Austen quote, that kind of gives it away.
Yeah. The other possibility is they're saying it's loose because they're all bottoms.
Potentially. Except the asexual fat one, but we'll get to that later. Well, because Joel Kim Booster originally wrote it and it was going to be a series that was just called Trip.
Hmm.
And it was bought by Quibi.
If it was called Trip, would they have had more drugs in it, like K? Oh, K
That's
stands for ketamine.
Oh,
Yeah.
and MDMA. That's Molly. G, we won't explain that one to you.
I'm going to explain that one because that's its own thing. That was odd. We're going to get to
I didn't like that bit.
things
Anyway,
like that.
yeah, so they developed it for Quibi, which got a series order in 2020 from Quibi. And Lee, I hear you ask, what's Quibi? That's because
Correct.
Quibi shut down. And Quibi was never really a thing.
Interesting that Quibi shut down during the time where we were all home watching things on our screens.
Of all times you'd think a streaming service would have been its most successful, would have been 2020.
But it was not.
Maybe we've got enough. Maybe that's something that we have enough.
We do have enough. But I am enjoying HBO Max.
Okay.
Now that we have that as well.
I need to get onto that. Yes, but then Quibi shut down, so it didn't go on for a series, but then Fox Searchlight bought the script.
And now it's on Disney Plus.
Now it's on Disney
for
Plus
us,
'cause
which
Fox.
yeah,
And it was on Hulu in America.
which the more companies that Disney buy, the more titles on Disney Plus that do not feel Disney to me.
Nope.
This does not feel like something I should be watching on the service that loads up with a little animation of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, does it?
It does at the moment, yeah, because the live action one's out. It doesn't feel like I should be watching a season that has jokes about getting their ass ate in the forest and has a scene in a back room of a party. That shouldn't be on the same streaming service as Lilo and Stitch.
Well, who knows?
It's 2025, whatever that means. It is very Pride and Prejudice, and we will talk as we go through about the similarities and the occasional difference. Mm-hmm. There's obviously the queerness and the race bit, and the race bit within the queer or gay community thing in there as well. Interestingly, in my research, I found out that Margaret Cho's character, Erin, was intended to be male as well.
Oh, okay. So then it would have had no women talking in it.
Yep. And then Margaret Cho heard about the project and was like, I want in. And I think Bowen Yang and Joel Kim Booster were like, yes, we're going to rewrite the script for you. And I think it works. I think the maternal figure works really well. I feel like if it had been an old gay man, then it potentially would have led into more stereotypes.
Yeah.
Of the old Fire Island gay man.
I think it could have been good though. If it was an older gay man, maybe they would have touched a bit more on like, why you're complaining, you've got it so easy. Maybe they would have done that. Who knows?
But I
Probably
don't know from what I read of what Joel Kim Booster said about it, he would have wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because he said that his intentions in making the movie is to just celebrate the joy part of queer life. And yes, there's a little like potential heartbreak and Bowen Yang's not happy and Joel Kim Booster's not happy. But it's not about, oh, look how hard we have it because we're gay. I can't find love and I'm trying to make myself hot to accept myself are not uniquely gay experiences. Uh-huh. They're heightened in the stereotypically superficial world of gay dating.
Yep.
But they're not, I had to come to Fire Island because I couldn't go to the clubs back home because no one knew I was gay because I couldn't come out of the closet. It's not that stuff. So he might not have wanted to do you've got it better than I did. I only bought this house because Dad kicked me out of home. That leaning into the gay man on the island type thing.
Yeah. I guess we'll never know.
We will never know, but we did like Margaret Cho.
Yeah, she was all right.
She wasn't amazing, but she was good.
No.
I think it worked. I think it's another connection to Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, having the mother.
Because it is the mum that is the one that wants the girls to be happy and married.
And is poor.
Yeah. Well, the mum and dad are poor.
Oh, there's a dad. Okay, cool.
Yeah, in the book there's a dad.
Great.
There's no single mums in Victorian England.
Yes, people died, Lee. There could be widows.
Yeah, but then they had to get remarried.
That's true.
Unless they were very old, like Maggie Smith in Downton Abbey, which I'm going to see at the cinema this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah. Not Maggie Smith.
Oh.
But I'm going to see Downton Abbey, poor Maggie.
Um,
Yeah. So,
trope-wise,
yep.
trope central.
Trope-a-rama, you could say.
Trope-a-rama. It's a rom-com, so you get all pretty much all the rom-com tropes. And it's about friendship, so you get the trope of the friends have a fight and don't talk to each other for maybe 5 minutes.
And it's queer, so you get the trope of found family.
Yeah.
Which is a very queer story trope. And I'm not qualified to talk about Asian movie tropes.
No.
But all of the tropes, a lot of the tropes that we know as romance tropes today come from Austen anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hate to love, like I said in our Austen-based episode, hate to love is a big Jane Austen thing. The miscommunication, we're going to get together, oh, we're not going to get together. Those things are very Jane Austen, very old romance tropes that we have now because of Jane Austen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all in there.
Yeah.
As long as the modern tropes of they have to have a serious conversation in the rain.
Yeah, and they have to have a realization that is spelt out to us via narration or Margaret Cho.
They have to have what did Joel Kim Booster say? A pre-9/11 moment of running through an airport.
Yeah.
I watched this on 9/11. And then there's the tropes of they kind of all get together at the end.
And everybody's happy and yay. Oh, sorry, I judged you because of your class.
Yeah.
Not because of who you are on the inside.
And the minor characters that were minor at the start are just as minor at the end.
Yep.
They have no arc.
There are people in this movie that did not need to be there.
Like the other three Bennett sisters.
Yep.
Like almost Margaret Cho.
Like the creepy hot one.
The one that flies in the boyfriend or the one that does the OnlyFans?
No, the one that flies in the boyfriend.
Yeah. He's not a Pride and Prejudice character.
Well, I think they added him in for whatever reason, but...
The only minor character that was useful was Brayden, the one that comes down the stairs every time Joel Kim Booster goes to the house and says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
Because that was a funny joke.
Oh.
How did it go when it was released?
I mean, it went all right. It was well received. It was just on streaming, so it didn't make
Make money. There's no box office
There's
for
no
it.
box office. But it was well received. It got a couple of like Emmy nominations because it was TV movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I got a couple of Emmy nominations for that, for best TV movie or something, and best writing. And then, it has good scores on like Rotten Tomatoes and all that.
It is well written.
Critically acclaimed.
I read a couple of headlines that said the most fun gay film of the summer, which was like, that's great. Like that they're saying it's a fun gay film. But then I was also like, how many gay films were released in the summer of 2022?
At least 3.
Maybe.
Mm.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Queer? No. That was
like last year.
Or early this year.
No, yeah, well, it depends what country you're in.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it was generally well received critically, and I think it's a decent movie, so yeah.
It is. I think it was fun. I do think it was well written. And I do like Joel Kim Booster.
But you have previously said that you don't like narration.
So, yeah, this narration was better than the narration in Clueless.
It was more consistent.
It was more consistent and it was less clunky.
It felt more like it was a narration because it was based on a narrative book than Clueless was.
But
Clueless was more like, I'm narrating because the audience need to understand.
there were a few moments in this of that, like K is ketamine and Molly is MDMA.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was bad because
who is watching this that doesn't know
well,
that?
Yeah, I don't want to stereotype, but the audience of this film, even if they're not regular users of those things, exist in circles where those terms are known.
Yeah.
And also, for the record, I've never done Jeep, right? But I feel like Matt Rogers' character, with that, when they get all their drugs together for a party, he's like, "Is this all down in one?"
Like, he
and
would
even
know.
I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, be careful," and he would know. It's not his first time on Fire Island.
No.
Which means it's not his first time doing G. Not to stereotype.
And the bit about the ketamine as well, he was like, K, that stands for ketamine. Generally, it's for horses. I thought we were going to get like a full chemistry lesson.
Like a medical breakdown of
yeah.
it.
Like, it does this to your brain and or whatever it does.
Well, we just about got that with Molly. Like, it's chemically impossible to not have a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, other than that, it was well written, but it felt like the narration sat better within the movie than it did within Clueless.
Yeah.
And there were some things that I would have rather it actually be seen. I didn't like the line where he's like, "Oh, you can catch all sorts of feelings," and then he looks at Will. I'm like, no, give us a scene where we start to see a bit of conflict between pride and feelings, rather than him just being like, I have caught feelings for him.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how many of the characters in this movie I like.
Correct.
So what I was complaining about was that the whole time Joel Kim Booster is like, oh, they're judging us because we're poor and not hot, and then judges everyone. But I think that's what the intent was.
The point of the movie. That's the prejudice and the pride.
Yeah, but then also I was like, ugh, that's annoying to me.
Well,
but that's the story. So
that is the story, and it is the original story.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. It is the original story of you kind of don't like Darcy because he's like a dick. And you kind of
That's true.
Don't like Elizabeth because you're like, you fucking just love him. Just do it. Stop being a bitch about it and get together with Darcy.
Yeah.
And that's the point of Pride and Prejudice, and that's why it is called Pride and Prejudice, because they both have pride. Will even says so in this movie.
Yeah.
Don't run away from me again. I don't think my pride can take it.
Oh, I missed that.
And they both have prejudice, which they don't say the word prejudice. They say the word judging.
Yeah, so they shift F7'd and just use the thesaurus.
They did the thesaurus.
But I think it was more than just like, I imagine in the book / the Keira Knightley movie that I vaguely remember.
Yep.
That it was Elizabeth don't want to get married.
Correct.
Right? I'm not the marrying kind. I think that's how you said it in the Times.
And in the current times, you're like, oh, heteronormative monogamy. Ugh.
Yeah, the monogamy complex or whatever the fuck he said.
Completely forgotten how to say the word.
Monogamy industrial complex.
Monogamy industrial complex.
I forgot how to say complex. You forgot how to say monogamy. So then I assume her sister, who I think might be Carey Mulligan, is the one that wants to get married.
Yes.
So switch that with I just want to fuck and I want to be in a relationship and I'm not just here to fuck. That's the gay version of it.
Yes, and I want to feel loved and worthy is Bowen Yang's kind of underlying bit of that.
But in the book, does Elizabeth Bennet, that's her name, does she kind of force her sister to not want to get married? Because that's what basically Noah, I'll use his actual name, does with Howie, is like, just go and get fucked. Like, but not like, go and get fucked, but go and get laid.
Yeah,
I'll say
laid.
that. So
because that's what
I've
also
dropped-
he says.
Maybe I've hit the limit of F words
Yeah.
that we can say.
This
is rated R, this episode.
In the book, it is Elizabeth doesn't want to get married, but then she also doesn't want Jane, who is Bowen Yang, to marry just because Mum says we should marry and secure the house and the money. And so the mum wants them all to get married to make sure her girls are going to be okay once the Bennett family house is lost to being poor.
Yep.
That's not so much to this one, although there is that little underlying thing of, well, we can never come back to Fire Island if Margaret Cho doesn't have the house. I'm like,
what happened with that?
Airbnb's a fucking thing. But like, there are other
I know.
options.
I know. And now you have rich friends.
Well, that's the thing. And that was my last kind of thought. I was like, oh, they didn't kind of wrap up. They're never going to get to come to Fire Island again. But they will, because next year they're not going to invite the dickhead.
They're not going to invite the dickhead
that airdropped the ex-boyfriend in. So then that means there's space for the 5 of them.
Yeah.
And Margaret Cho. Why not?
Yeah, she can just stay in the house.
To come to Will's house.
Yeah.
It is Will's house, isn't it? Not Charlie's house.
I thought it was an Airbnb of hot dudes. I
No,
thought
think
there was like 20 of them sharing that house.
I think it's one of their houses.
Oh, I don't know.
Either Will or Charlie's. And at one point I thought they said it was Will's house, but then Will seemed to hate the idea of Fire Island. So why would he own a house? But it could also have been an Airbnb.
Yeah, why was he there?
That Will paid for. Because Charlie wanted an actual friend there, not the dickhead family friend.
Right, that's correct.
Conversation in the bathroom.
Forgot about that.
So we've kind of mentioned a whole bunch of the story. They go to the island. They love it every year. They're
love
there to
Margaret
party
Cho. And hook
Cho.
up, but Bowen Yang's there to find love.
Well, Bowen Yang's there just because his friends are there. I don't
Yeah.
think Bowen Yang thinks he'll find love there.
No.
And then there's, Bowen Yang and Joel Kim Booster and 3 other people
Yep.
who are
Diverse.
hot, and black. Really? Like,
That makes you sound like... Anyway. No, but... Okay, so he was a useless character.
the 3 of them were. Other than Luke got the
two-
little revenge porn moment.
Yeah, which was odd.
So there is...
Because I feel like it didn't go anywhere. And then by the... Like, it was, oh, I'm so devastated. This is really bad. Confront him in the pool. And then the end, he's just like 3 minutes later, he's like, yay. I'm like, no, this is still a thing. Like, it's a big thing that they didn't really tackle very much.
I don't think it's an issues movie. I just think that they had a scandal because in the book, Lydia gets engaged randomly to someone who is not good to be engaged to.
Right.
And then the family and Darcy kind of step in and be like, this is scandalous, Lydia. So let's not do this. And that's a moment where Elizabeth, Noah, sees that Darcy, Will, is helpful and cares.
Yep.
And so then has love.
Okay. And then they are in the rain? No, that was before that.
I don't know if there's rain in the book. I can't remember specifically.
I think there was rain in the movie. Like, I feel
like
I saw
Yeah, but I feel like
Matthew McFadden in the rain.
I feel like rain is a modern trope though.
I think rain has always existed.
Yeah, but I think conversations in the rain for the sake of love, and you can call what Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell had as a conversation.
Jesus. Why'd you have to bring that up?
That's a modern phenomenon. I don't think when Darcy and Elizabeth were talking in the orchard, it was raining.
Okay.
Yeah? Because they probably wouldn't have gone to the orchard if it was raining.
No, probably not. That would be unbecoming of her.
True. She
you
would
go.
fall in mud, as Noah did. Why Noah? All the other names seem to kind of work. If you say Jane with a soft J, it's like Howie. But Luke,
Will.
Lydia, Will, Fitzwilliam Darcy,
Yeah.
Charlie, Charles Bingley, and then there's other sisters.
I can't remember. I can't remember the sisters' names,
Well,
and
yeah.
I can't remember the characters' names, like Keegan and Josh or something.
The letters match up here. I've got it here on my other screen. So yeah, Keegan.
Oh, there you go.
There's Kitty Bennett, and Max
Max.
is Mary Bennett.
So there were 5 sisters in the book.
There were 5 sisters.
Okay.
Noah, Elizabeth, Howie, Jane, or Hane, if you're using the soft J. Luke is Lydia. Keegan is Kitty. Max is Mary. There is Erin, who is Mrs. Bennett.
She don't have a name.
According to
Okay.
ChatGPT, I'll be honest, she
Okay.
doesn't have a name.
That's fine. Yeah.
Dax is Mr. Wickham, who is a bit of a cad, and Lydia gets engaged to Mr. Wickham.
Oh, a cad.
And then everyone's like, oh, no, he barely even owns a property. And he's had women before, I think. Yeah. But Lydia is the just fun, outgoing one, so ends up engaged to Wickham. And that's scandalous.
That makes sense. And they don't see Lydia as a threat.
No.
Cool. One bit I did like was there was a dig about Quibi in there. I think it was Margaret Shaw who said something.
I'm
about
not
Quibi.
very good with money. I was an early investor in Quibi.
Which is funny that it shut down and it was meant to be on Quibi. I found that really good.
So, yeah, they go, Margaret Cho has to sell the house, which Noah's not happy about, has a little teary about, because
family.
because this is all I have. And we had to say that. And they talk more about what they're there for the week. And then the parties happen, tea party, house party, dinner,
Underwear party.
other house party.
No.
Yeah, when he goes to try and find Howie, he goes to another house after they have a conversation in the rain.
Oh, right. And he goes in the room where everybody's, yeah.
Yeah.
Howie, where the shot?
With a shot, and then he doesn't close the door.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they all kind of build to these interrelational things. Did you think we needed the little 3-line history of the tea dance?
I think it was good. I think it's good that they kind of touched on that.
Yeah.
But again, that's not quite what the movie is about.
Yeah.
It's not a History of Fire Island movie.
It's not Bros.
Thank God.
They're also trying to shove some history into the movie as well as do the rom-com thing.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know another trope that we get? If we're going through the story as we go, after the tea dance and the house party, they have dinner at the house. And
is it that they put a mobile phone in rice and Asians are there?
yeah, no, it's
Okay.
I didn't get why he didn't have his phone. I think that was only so Will could write a letter, like Darcy did. We'll get to the letter. At dinner, Charlie does a speech like, "Oh, it's so great. Thank you for having me. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I feel so different here. You're all so different." I'm like, that's such a, no one does that at a dinner party, just has a speech.
Yeah.
And then, but then that leads into Noah telling us another theme of the movie. I do need all of you. You're all I have.
Yep.
And then we're a little sad for Noah. That's the deepest part of any character. It's only really Noah and Howie that get any depth
Yeah.
in this story, and it's not super deep.
Like, even Will doesn't get much depth.
No.
Like, I don't see him really change. They
Just
just
opens up a little
understand
bit.
him. He opens up a little bit, but like that it's just that then Noah understands him a bit more. Enough
Yeah.
to be like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, okay, we can hook up a few more times this week and then we'll see what happens when you move to LA and I go back to New York.
Yep.
And then I'll see you next summer.
Fire Island 2.
Those Sahama nights. But
Yep.
you could also tell that those guys were rich straight away. When you saw them in the bar and they
Yeah.
first waved, they're like, oh, they're the rich guys.
I was like, is he British? I thought that Charlie was British. Even the actor's not British. He just looks British.
Well, because they try to look like they're old money.
Yeah. Anyway.
Then we get the hints of the prejudice and the pride, and that kind of builds.
You know one thing, in the first house party, and then Noah's...
When they're having cheese in the hot tub?
a little bit before that, Noah's like hearing Charlie and Will talk about
Howie
them,
and,
right?
Noah.
So he overhears, firstly, Charlie saying good stuff about Howie,
Yeah.
right? And then it turns into, oh, but their friends are stupid and annoying and they're just here to take our drinks, right? And then at no point after that did Noah go, hey, this guy really likes you.
Well,
like-
no, he did.
No, he was more than just like, do you have something to say about us? He didn't then go, oh, Howie. Like, he hates the other three that have no significance to this storyline,
Other than annoyance.
but he likes you. You
Well, no.
should pursue this.
He went down with Howie and he said, we're going to go. And then Howie's like, are you okay? And Noah's like, is he into you? Does he have weird kinks? Da, da, da. He's like, well, then you stay. I'm going to go.
No.
He does that.
No, but he could have just said, no, he's really into you. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought he did, or at
I don't
least
know.
implied it.
I didn't get it. He was more than worried about how he was being perceived by somebody that he didn't like.
Well, that's the thing. He does like him. Because even at first when he looks at him, he's like, oh, that guy. And he's like, oh, but that guy's kind of a dick. Oh, but I'm also kind of a dick.
They're both dicks.
Yeah.
That's what makes it gay.
Well, and that's also the point of the story, is that Darcy
They're
and
both insufferable and
Elizabeth
you don't like them. But
are
you want
both
them
dicks.
you want them to be happy?
Because, as I said in a previous episode, the point of being a woman is to get a husband. So you want that for Elizabeth if you're reading this in the 1800s England.
I was not invested in the story at all.
It was funny though.
Like, I
I've
was just
picked-
like,
I've
I
picked
don't
the
care
story-
if you hook up. I don't care if you never see each other again. I don't like either of you.
I've picked apart the story a bit and I've got a couple more things to say, but I did think it was funny. And I did think it was good that it wasn't, oh, how sad are gays because they're gays. This was like, how sad are these people because they're people. And we're all battling with finding love and being on the property ladder.
Yep. I did relate to them being, we're not poor, but like, we'll never buy our own house poor. Like,
Yeah,
yep, pretty
I
much.
can afford a ferry to Fire Island,
Yep.
but I cannot afford a house.
Yep, that sounds about right.
That's such a
Very millennial.
millennial thing. And they are millennials.
Yep.
Owen Young's now 34
There you go.
and Joel Kim Booster's 37. So they are millennials.
Yep.
The other thing of the story was one theme that I thought was underdeveloped was, I was about to make reference to a sitcom that I'm watching, but you're not watching, and the podcast is not watching. So it wouldn't have made sense.
Is it The Good Place?
No.
Oh.
Everyone's watched The Good Place. If you haven't, you should. Because at some point we're going to do a Good Place podcast.
God.
The thing that was underdeveloped was the hookup versus boyfriend options storyline theme.
Yep.
Because at the very start, everyone was, even the four of them, even the somewhat asexual presenting
Yep.
one was, oh, we're just here to hook up. Because he was like, oh, I'm not here to hook up. And they're like, you'll be at the meat rack, whatever. You'll
The
be
meat
there.
tray, Lee. It's not a raffle. What the fuck?
Could be a meat tray. Same principle.
If this was like whatever the Australian version of Fire Island is, it's like
Dalesford.
Everybody goes to Dalesford
For the meat tray.
for the meat tray raffle at the commercial, I assume,
the
hotel.
Dalesford
I don't
Hotel
know.
on the Friday night.
Yeah, there's a meat raffle.
What's it called? What's it called up there? I've forgotten.
I don't know. I can't remember. Somebody tell us in the comments. We'll go.
Something out in Dalesford. There's like they have their weekend.
That's
It's kind of like
yes.
Dalesford Pride.
They did that at the start of the block. It's in Dalesford.
He goes to the meat tray, but then there's no one hooks up for the first 3 days.
Yeah, and you know
Like
what?
even the three useless sisters
Yeah.
didn't hook up. I'm like, if you're going to do a hookup versus monogamy thing,
Yeah.
have a couple of hookups in there. The only hookup that happens is when Luke hooks up with the OnlyFans guy.
Yeah.
And I thought that could have been more of a thing. Like, obviously, it's going on around them. There's the back room and there's the
Yeah.
orgy at the house. But
Is the point that, because Jesus. Noah says, like, he's not going to hook up until Howie does. So that's why he's not. But the others don't say that.
the others don't say that. And if it's a hookup versus monogamy thing, I feel like a couple of them should have had hookups.
Yes.
They didn't until
No.
it was useful for the story.
Yeah.
I've crapped on your script, Joel. I'm sorry if you're listening. I do like
But
you.
you did also say that it was well written.
It is well-written screenplay. I think the story needed some little bit more development. But it is a comedy. It's a rom-com, so I can't have too high expectations. Did you pick up the Clueless quote that was in there?
Ugh. As
No.
if.
At one point, Howie says something about someone, and Noah says, "Oh, way harsh, Ty."
Oh, yes, I did get that. And I was like, wait, his name's not Thai. And I don't think he's from Thailand.
And I wouldn't have, unless we'd watched Clueless last week,
Yes.
known that it was a Clueless joke. So I'm glad I can join in there with everybody else.
Okay. Can we talk about the letter?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, really?
Darcy writes a letter,
Lame.
and I think that's it.
I don't know. Tweet him. You know what I mean?
doesn't
Yes,
have
he
a
doesn't have a phone, whatever. That means he can't get on Grindr and hook up. But it's like, ugh, grown. Like, I didn't,
Yeah.
I get it. You know what it felt like? It was a bit forced because there's a letter in Pride and Prejudice that they had to somehow get a letter in there.
Yeah, and I do think
Yeah.
the only reason he throws his phone in the pool is so that Will has to write him a letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if he's not hooking up, he wouldn't be getting on Grindr.
Yes. But also get off your phone. You know there's gay people everywhere. You don't have to be on Grindr.
Well, yeah, there's this whole thing. But that is a thing.
Of course it's a
people
thing,
out
yeah.
even in gay clubs and gay bars are still
Yeah.
on Grindr.
Yep.
Because if you see a guy across the room, you can just open up his Grindr to find out if he's a top or a bottom before you go and talk to him.
Yep.
That's the point,
Yep.
I guess.
Huh.
The funny thing, I thought of us, is when they're like, this is the longest you haven't spoken to me since like you said, call me by your name is boring. Then Boeing Yang goes, it's a masterpiece just because it's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm like, is that this podcast? No, I really like Call Me By Your Name.
We didn't both say it was boring.
Can I make a reference to a sitcom that I'm watching and you're not watching that everyone else is watching now that I've said Call Me By Your Name?
Yes.
I'm watching the other two.
Yeah, I have watched that before.
Which is funny. And then there's one episode where Carey, the gay brother, gets his heart broken and then he ends up staring into a fire at the end as the kind of credits
God,
go.
that's hilarious.
And then like straight away, if you've seen Call Me By Your Name, you're like,
Did they make it so he's kind of dressed like that too?
They're like, he's doing a call me by your name.
Yeah.
But then the mum...
It's either that or fucking a peach.
But then the mum calls him over for dinner and the sister goes, no, leave him. He's doing call me by your name. And he does it like quite well. He actually cries. For a sitcom actor,
Yeah.
he's pretty good. I
He
don't know.
cried more than Margaret Cho in this when she was meant to be crying.
I don't know his name. The guy that plays Carey. He's in something else that you watched.
Something.
Yeah, I think it is Drew something.
Anyway.
Let us know in the comments.
He was in that running the Kate Hudson is Ted Lasso thing.
Yeah.
He's her gay brother.
He's good. Not the funniest thing. It's a show that I've actually laughed out loud. But one of the funny things between season 1 and season 2, there's obviously a long break.
Yep.
And the guy that plays Chase Dreams, the young brother, just had his 14th birthday and at the end of season 1. And then he comes back at the start of season 2, which is meant to be a month later, but like his voice has actually dropped.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make his voice not sound like he's dropped, but I'm like, your voice broke, mate.
Yeah.
In the season break. And that's why people cast adults as child actors.
Yes.
As child characters.
Yep.
The other trope, the little dance-off that Will does, replaces the traditional karaoke trope.
Although there is a little bit of, that's not karaoke, but yeah.
It's odd karaoke. But it's such
a talent show kind of thing.
Well, no, I think it's karaoke, but I just think they have a
routine to Britney Spears.
But also they have a guy that knows every song on the piano and can accompany you.
Yeah.
It's not karaoke, it's like live karaoke with a piano accompanist.
It's like a piano bar kind of thing.
Yeah. But they said it's tradition. So I feel like over the years, they've developed the harmonies and the dance moves and all of that stuff.
Sometimes I run.
They obviously couldn't afford the Britney version.
No, because they played a cover of it.
Yeah, which you
end.
100% would have played the Britney version of it.
Yeah.
But the Diana Ross song at the end?
Last Dance, yeah.
It's a great song. And that's the end of the movie.
Donna Summer.
Donna Summer. Yeah.
Donna Summer. I'm not sure now.
Have you got a device?
I have a device.
Because we have all the world's information in our pockets right now.
I'm pretty sure it's Donna Summer. Yeah, it's Donna Summer.
Yep. Apologies to Donna and Diana.
Yeah.
One thing that is almost exactly Pride and Prejudice. Will says to... In their conversation in the rain, Will says to Noah, basically, pull your head in. But then it's like, no one's thinking that much about you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to kiss. And then Noah says, what are you doing? You hate me. That pretty much is exactly the lines in Pride and Prejudice. Like, why? But that's a proposal in the thing.
Yeah, in the orchard.
And she's like, why are you proposing? We hate each other.
Yeah.
And then rejects the proposal, which is scandal in the 1800s England.
Clutching pearls.
And, walks away.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it was interesting. That scene was pretty much as is, but with a kiss instead of a ring.
And in Pride and Prejudice, which character gets recorded without their consent?
Well, we said that. That's Lydia gets engaged to Wickham.
And they
Scandal.
record that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They get a portraiture artist.
Oh, they've got the...
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
But that's a bit more obvious because you can see the guy sitting in the corner. Well, that's awkward. In the cuck chair.
Through the little screen.
Peephole.
Yeah. I don't know how you would sneak a portrait artist into a bedroom. How'd they do nudes back then?
They chiseled them into marble and then now they're in the Louvre. No.
That's true.
Are they in the Louvre?
Yeah.
That's in the Louvre.
The
statue of
There are
David.
statues in the Louvre.
Oh, I was talking specifically about David.
That's in its own thing in Naples. Shit, we sound
I
uncultured.
really should.
I've seen art.
brush
I
up
know
on that.
about art. Okay.
I mean,
I just don't know where David is.
wherever he's been the whole time. Standing there all chiseled.
Tall and naked.
Yep. They painted them and they
What?
chiseled them out of stone.
Why did Will steal a water taxi? He's very rich. He could have bought a water taxi.
Because then it's just like, oh, you're like us. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, oh, you're doing this sweeping gesture for my friend.
And why all the flags? The flags were just on the boat, surely.
Yeah. It's gays.
And then they're happy at the end, even though none of them have thought about what comes after this week.
That was the missing trope. At the end, it was like, where do we go from here? Will I ever see you again?
I think that's probably...
You can always move to New York.
Yeah. I did think the match of their jobs, even though they kept talking about Will as a big rich lawyer, but then he does, like, he works for a non-profit, tenants' rights and things like that. That's not a rich lawyer job.
Maybe he does both.
But it does match with the nurse at a clinic for gay sluts.
Yeah.
In terms of helping the community.
Yeah. So Elizabeth Bennet, is she a nurse?
No, they don't have jobs. They
Oh,
marry.
they're women.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
Do you have any idea what Charlie's job is?
He's a doctor.
Oh, yeah, he's a doctor. Maybe it's his house. And because they
just Airbnb'd it.
They're friends
They don't
because
own the
they're a
house.
doctor and lawyer. Maybe Will's not that rich.
They met in college. I just made that up. I don't know if that was in the movie though. Anyway.
Have you ever heard someone actually call out to an Asian waiter and call them Jackie Chan? Do things like that happen in real life?
I don't think I have ever seen that.
There was that time where I was making a gay joke and then my friends were worried that I was talking about the barista at that cafe, remember? Probably not. Anything else you want to say about the movie?
I didn't really like anybody in the movie. I thought the story was good.
Yep.
But I suppose you're not meant to like the people in the movie. Like I liked Bo and Yang.
I don't think you're meant to like them. I think you're meant to identify with them.
I didn't. I think that there were too many characters. I think you didn't need
The three
five.
sisters.
You didn't need 5 Bennett sisters, if you will.
Well, I think
Especially if one is just like the one that's always reading basically never contributed anything to a conversation, and they were never like when there were 5 of them doing stuff or talking about like going to a party, all the other ones were talking about like hooking up and having sex and meeting someone, and he was just there in the background.
Well, I thought his one was odd because he didn't talk about the hooking up, but other people talked about him hooking up. So he obviously did do hookups, but didn't talk about it like the others. And I'm like, so what's the point of that?
I think that they didn't need that character. And then, well, I suppose that's kind of the main one that they didn't need. I was thinking for a bit, because obviously the 3 main, like, other friends were Will, Charlie, and person I can't remember the name of.
Yeah.
That I was like, maybe we didn't need him, but we did need him because he was kind of the manipulative one of them, trying to fuck things up for everybody else.
He was like, I'm trying to get with Will, but that was just one conversation in the bathroom. It didn't go anywhere.
No.
So we didn't need him.
But
because there's already enough between Will and Noah stopping them getting together that we didn't need that as well. Because he didn't action anything. Like he didn't go out there and try and dance with Will. All he did was warn Noah off in the bathroom and then said to Will, Noah's not into you.
Yeah.
And he didn't need to.
And they would have worked that out themselves.
He didn't need to fly the ex in. The ex could have just flown in.
That's true.
Like, oh, I just got diagnosed with Lyme disease. I wanted 1 more week on Fire Island, and I knew you were here. Bang, I'm here.
Yeah. That was odd.
That's also more odd because that's an added character. Like the 5 sisters,
Yes.
there's 5 of them because there's 5 Bennett sisters.
Yeah.
But adding a character that doesn't fit with the book you're adapting from, that also doesn't have a huge amount of story thing, other than just being there and being hot and judgy.
Yep. I suppose he was that stereotype to the max.
Yeah.
He was more a personification of that stereotype,
good
whereas
word.
the other 2 weren't so much. Because Charlie's nice and Will's like somewhat nice and just boring, whereas the other one is just like, I'm hot and rich, and who are you?
And I guess that adds to confirming Noah's idea that they're all hot and rich and judgy.
Yeah, because if you have that person being so outwardly hot and judgy, that you're just going to assume that everybody that's with him is also hot and judgy.
And then the ex-boyfriend gets there and says that they're twins.
Yes, so racism.
And then that adds to more judginess because you think Will and Charlie are on board with that.
Yep.
At some point, someone says, I think Will's mum is white.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's yeah. And then part of me was like, I want to go to Fire Island, but I think I would hate it. I think there were parts I would like, but then also no.
Is there
Like,
the
I'm
risk?
not going to all of those parties.
Is there the risk that you go thinking it's going to be a bit like this movie, but then it ends up being a bit like that episode of Mid-Century Modern, where Nathan Lane goes and there's their old friend is at the bar trying to buy drinks and eating chili, and it could go either way, I feel.
Yeah. So I think I would go, but then maybe I wouldn't say for a week.
And you'd want to make sure you were going with good people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's like, this is a week for us as friends to just be gay as hell on an island.
Yeah, and if you want to go to the party, you go to the party, but we don't have to go to the party together.
Yeah, God. Fuck.
And we don't have to get up for breakfast and have breakfast together all the time.
I didn't say you had to. I just said, this time is breakfast. I'll be there. Be there if you want. And there were a couple of days that people didn't come. There were a couple of days that people came just before they closed and had a couple of donuts and a coffee, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then happy hour started.
One day I didn't go because I slept in, which was good because I was on holiday. Anyway, that wasn't at Fire Island.
That wasn't on Fire Island.
It was on a
this
different
is
island.
Not Bali. Bali is not like this.
Yeah. Look, obviously we can't make this movie any gayer.
No.
I think there is a queer icon in there. There's a couple.
I think Bowen Yang's iconic.
Yeah, and obviously Margaret Cho.
Mm.
And
But not Britney, unfortunately.
yeah, Brittany didn't get in there. And I think that there's plenty of game. You can't say what moment is the gayest. Probably when he goes into the party and there's people all having sex in a room.
It's that or the back room.
Yeah.
But that's, again, a stereotype, I guess. One thing, though, interestingly, this is a very well-represented movie. Like, there's gays, and Joel Kim Booster has said that I wanted to make race representation a thing as well. I read there was a little pushback that there were too many Asians, and at some point, someone he wouldn't
4.
say who, but they're like out of 5 main characters, 3 of them are Asians.
Yeah.
If you don't count the irrelevant friends. There was a bit of pushback on Will being Asian as well. And Joel Kim Booster was like, I feel weird calling him Joel. I feel like I have to say his full name. We're not mates, so that also makes sense. Joel Kim Booster was like,
JK babe.
no, that makes sense for the story that I want to write.
Yeah.
Like I'm an Asian writer, actor, producer. I want to make a story where Asian Americans are in there. But despite all of that diversity, this movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
Oh, no. There are 3 women that talk in it.
Who's the
Margaret
third?
Cho, the drag queen host Peppermint is a trans woman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So there's that. And then there was like the lesbian on the boat,
The lesbian on the boat that was like,
I assume.
when are we going to get to Cypress Pines or whatever? That's a retirement village sounding place.
Are we going to get to Twin Pines Mall, or when are we
That's
going
why I
to get
wore
to
this.
Shady Pines?
That's why I wore this. This is what Mr. Peabody
Cherry
had in mind.
Grove.
The Pines being a cruising spot called the Meat Rack.
Maybe it was a cruising spot in the 50s before it became a mall.
No, it was
Twin Pines.
a farm. And Mr. Peabody had this crazy idea about breeding pine trees. It's a direct quote from the movie.
Right.
Don't question me.
Yep.
It doesn't pass the Bechdel test,
It is nowhere near passing the Bechdel test.
which is interesting.
2 women don't talk to each other.
No.
2 women barely talk.
Yeah. Margaret Cho has lines, but Peppermint and the lesbian on the boat don't really have lines.
They do, yeah. But just, yeah.
Maybe Peppermint was talking to a woman in the crowd, but we don't know.
We don't know. Anyway.
Interesting.
Failure.
But in terms of queer representation, I think it does it well.
Yep.
And even though it's not very deep, the different types of, these ones are going there to take drugs and party. These ones think they're going there to take drugs and party, but really they want to fall in love. This one doesn't want to make their whole life about sex, but does have sex. This one is boring. This one is a lesbian.
Yep.
It's true diversity.
Oh, great.
Ticks all the boxes.
Yes.
And some of them are Asian.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's nice.
I do wonder how mainstream it is. Like, it's on Disney Plus, obviously.
It's not that mainstream, I don't think.
But I don't think non-gays are going to see it.
No.
Like some of the other more mainstream ones that we've talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like Bros is more accessible, even though we didn't like it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more accessible for the straights.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's, I don't know. It's, for me, it's like much of a muchness. They're both
But I
for
feel
the
like
gays.
they are for the gays, but I feel like, and this is what we talked about when we reviewed Bros, it ticks all of the straight rom-com tropes enough that the straights will watch it and I think enjoy it.
Yep.
If you like straight rom-coms, you'll like Bros. But this one, I feel like, especially because it's called Fire Island, there are a lot of people that won't get past the title.
Yeah.
Because Fire Island is a uniquely queer adventure.
Yep.
Uniquely or almost exclusively queer adventure.
Yep.
And so I feel like a lot of people wouldn't get past the title.
No.
I wonder if they could have called it something else.
Pride and Prejudice. Or like
Pride and Prejudice.
Something in Judgment.
Pride and
Just like
Judgment.
use a thesaurus.
But pride is a gay word.
Yeah, I know, but before it
could
was
they
a
have
gay
done
word,
something-
it was also just a word.
Maybe call it
It's
Pride.
also a sin, Lee.
Pride and Pride.
Pride and judgmental pride.
Prideful Judgy Gays, the movie.
Yeah.
Proud and Judgy.
Proud and judgy.
There you go.
That's Joel Kim Booster. Noah. I'll use the character. That's Noah's thing on Grindr.
Oh, that's his little profile name.
Yeah, proud and judgy.
NPNC.
Yeah.
The scene where they were on the boat and, he took his shirt off and then he took us through all the classes of gays. I don't know if we needed that.
Nope. Because we never saw any of them again.
We might have. They might have been
I don't
having
know.
sex at a house party.
They might have been.
Don't know.
Yep.
I did like, though, there was a bit like it wasn't just all the guys with abs that took their shirts off.
Yeah.
Like there was a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of body difference.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like, oh, I hate it, because only the hot ones feel like they can take their shirts off.
Yeah.
There wasn't that. It was subtle and in the background. I don't think it was the point of the scene.
No.
But I think he definitely made an effort of representation
Yeah,
and variety.
for sure. Cool.
Anything else?
Nah.
That's Fire Island. I feel like I've done the right thing as a queer podcast host now that I've watched it.
That's
I
good.
feel like it's something I should
What
have
gay
watched.
movie haven't you watched yet?
And I have watched it.
What are we doing
There's a
next
lot.
month?
What gay movies should we watch, listeners and
Yeah.
viewers? Write in the comments or join the Rainbow Popcorn Movie Club Facebook group to tell us what we should watch.
Mm-hmm.
October is next month. We'll do some
It
scary
is.
shit.
Yeah.
We have a couple of things in mind, but we'll chat more about that in the coming
Yes.
weeks. If there's any gay horror that you want us to watch, then let us know. We'll have an interview next week
Yep.
with one of the filmmakers from Pride Short Film Festival, which is very exciting. And then we'll be back after that with our October theme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something scary and spooky. I don't know.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Rainbow Popcorn Podcast. Rate, like, subscribe, follow, socials, Facebook group, comments. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you, Lee.